Hello everyone, my name is Josh. Welcome to Josh's Boxes, and today I'm going to share some maps with you. I have been working on Razed a little bit since the last video, and I have especially been working on the maps. Now that we've got the world primer done, we can start working on the physical world. And so I am excited to do that. And so I did two different kind of styles of maps. The first one is a kind of like a reference map that I made on GIMP. GIMP is kind of like Photoshop, and I used it to like draw the continents, get them the exact shape that I want, and also to add the different climates and biomes. I know I've done this in the past. There's a video I made in the past showing on this, but I've updated the map. So don't worry, this is going to be, at least for now, the final version of the map. So the other maps that I did, after I made that GIMP map, I used it to make some physical paper maps. Ideally, I would have liked to use like Wonder Draft or something like that, but I don't have the money for that right now, so I just made some paper maps because I already know how to do that, and I think it can look pretty decent. So I'm going to be showing you guys the GIMP map that I made and the paper map, and then based off that map, having the physical world built, we can start building the culture and the animals and all that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. Let's go over to GIMP. Okay, guys, this is the map of Razed that I wanted to show you. This is the updated virtual map that I have that I'm using as a template. I just want to quickly compare it to the one that I showed you guys previously. This is what it looked like before. This is what it looks like now. It looks so much better now. Like, especially, like, look at this old North Continent, and now look at this North Continent. It's so much better. It's crazy. Not to pat myself on the back or anything. I'm definitely still learning how to map, but it just looks way better, so I'm happy with that. So this is what the continents look like. Let me put up the climate. I followed Worldbuilding Corners tutorials for making climate. So, I put like where the big mountains are. That's what this brown stuff is the big mountains. And I did the ocean currents and wind patterns, but that doesn't really matter as much. Got that. So this is, I put all the rivers in as well. So I'll show you guys. This is what the world looks like without the climate and just the rivers and the big mountains. And then let's put on the climate types. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff here. I don't want to go through all of it, but just know I've got all the climate types that Worldbuilding Corner has, with like jungle and savanna and hot desert and cold desert and Mediterranean and continental and subarctic and oceanic and tundra and ice caps and subtropical and Mediterranean, all those guys. And I just used his method to determine it. So if you're interested in producing a world that's got realistic climate types, somewhat like this one, then definitely check out Worldbuilding Corner. He's got a whole series. I found it easier to follow than Artifactian's series. He goes a lot slower, and I think it's a little bit easier to understand than Artifactian's. But I used Artifactian's for this old world map, and it gave me a climate type like this. So you can see like it's pretty similar in some ways to, like you still got jungles and savannas and deserts and stuff, just a little bit different. Yeah, both of them work, both methods, both Artifactians and Worldbuilding Corners. I just like Worldbuilding Corners a little bit easier. He's got like a dedicated video for each climate type. So that makes it easier. Oh boy. Yeah, so I think that's everything I wanted to show you in this GIMP map. I use this as a reference to make some paper maps of each individual continent so that I could get some of the like biomes a little bit more detailed, because there's going to be multiple biomes within a climate, like especially in continental, it'll have like forests and grasslands and swamplands and all whatever. Yeah, so I wanted to do that, and here it is. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. But this is the Razed map that we will be using going forward. Now I'm going to show you the paper maps that I made. So here is the picture of the raised map that I made on paper. Obviously, I did with colored pencils, so it's not some amazing work of art or something, but I think it gives a good idea of the the greenery of the planet and which places are really barren, the deserts and the tundra, and which places are really green, and where the rivers are and stuff. It's just helpful to have. So this is kind of what it looks like. It took forever to make. It took so long because coloring all this in with a colored pencil took forever, and it didn't, I don't know, turn out great. Not my favorite, so I probably wouldn't use this technique again. I think it would be really cool to make a version of this map with like watercolor. I think watercolor could maybe get the effect better. I might try that in the future. But for now, this is the physical map, and I'm using it just as a reference while I wait to get the funds to make something better. But it's helpful to have, and here it is. This is kind of what the world looks like from like a satellite view. Now let's go over to the PDFs that I made of the continent drawings. So let's check that out. Okay, here is the original map of Razed that I made on the channel. I'll link the video if you want to watch it, but this is an outdated map. I missed an entire desert that should have been right here and stuff, but this was like the prototype of this map that I've made. Whoa, sorry about that. So this is just like a basic outline of the world, just the basic continent shapes. So just, in case I ever need just the continent shapes, I've got it. This is that first southwest continent. You can see I've got like the mountains and some prairies and jungle and savanna and a big desert right here. Some forests and taiga and some tundra and stuff. So overall, pretty varied continent. This is what also right here, I put the ice caps in here with kind of like this dashed line because I thought it'd be cool if, depending on the season, like during the winter, this connects to the land and it creates like an ice bridge, and you can access the whole southern ice cap, but then during the summer it melts and creates this little passage. Thought that was cool. Got some oceanic forests in here. That's what makes them a little denser, rather than these kind of individual tree methods. So this is the map of the southwestern continent. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail in any of these, so feel free to pause if you have any questions about what my techniques are and stuff. It's basically I'll just go through that really quick. These fuzzy kind of things are how I'm doing the jungle, which compared to this style, I did like individual palm trees, but with this one I wanted to do fuzzy just to switch it up a little bit, and it's way easier. Then you've got savannas with like grass lines and dotted with trees, and deserts. You've got these long horizontal lines to kind of show the barren ground, and you got mountains, and this is like a prairie right there. It's only grass, and you got like grass and shrubs. Like this is a shrub right there, that right there. So that would be like a Mediterranean climate. These triangle trees are a taiga. Obviously the little circle trees are a forest. This puffy kind of forest, rather than this spiky forest, is a oceanic climate. Then you got the tundra here, where it doesn't, it's just very barren with occasional grass. And then right here is like the subtropical climate. It's got these little swamp trees, or let me zoom in if I can. No, I guess I cannot, but there's like a little marsh right here. So I've got like swamp and like open wetlands. So that's the southwestern continent. Next, we've got that northwestern continent, the one that is much improved. Got a big desert, spiky rocks, just very barren land, swamp and stuff. So that's how he looks. Got an inland sea. This is that southern archipelago. You can see most of the islands pretty much have one biome type. This one's got a couple as it transitions from like Mediterranean to continental to subtropical. So this is that southern archipelago. Oh, that's not the right direction. Sorry. This is the southeastern continent and some of those islands in that middle archipelago. Lots of forest in the south and very like a dry, arid north area. And these islands are mostly savanna, and got a little bit of jungle on this top one. And then, whoa, what the heck? Sorry about that. Okay, it's not showing me. It's not showing me that last continent. That's annoying, but here it is. Got the big inland sea and this, like very jungly south, and then the savannas, lots of jungly islands, big desert, barren. I imagine this as kind of similar to like the outback in Australia. Yeah, so that is all the continents and all the little maps I made them. Sorry I can't show you the paper ones or show me drawing them. I would have liked to have done that, but my camera and the cardboard contraption setup just isn't working right now, so this is what I gotta show you. But yep, that is Razed. That's the world of Razed. So yeah, I'll be going into more detail in each of these regions and world building some flora and fauna. I think I'll be starting I doubt that there will be a ton of unique flora, lots of different plant species, because that sounds like a real headache to make, but it'll be pretty similar to Earth, where like the plants are pretty much the same, but different like interesting animals is definitely something I'm interested in. So I'll do like maybe a brief video on the flora of this land and then the different animals. Depending on how long it takes, I might be able to do all of them in one video, or I might have to do like one video per continent because they're pretty varied, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, but that's all the maps. All right, well, those were the maps. Not a super long video today, not super complicated, just sort of showing you guys. I could have made it really long and probably really boring going over each region, but I didn't want to do that, and I'm sure that you guys don't want to watch that, so I didn't. But yeah, those are the maps that I'm going to be working with as I create different flora and especially fauna for this world, and then we'll move on to cultures and stuff like that. So I'm excited for this world building project and for the progress that it's making, and I'm excited for the step that the maps have presented. And if you watched up to this point, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know by leaving a like. If you're interested in continuing to watch this world building series, definitely subscribe so you can know when future world building series come out. But yeah, any questions or comments or anything, please leave them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any questions or anything. And until next time, ciao. Yeah, so I'm excited to show you that. And then gee whiz. Following